Hi, we're here at Apex Park. I'm with Scott Grossman, planner for Jefferson County Open Space. He's going to tell us about the project that's going to be occurring here to formalize the trailhead. Scott, tell us what's going to be happening here.
Thank you, Thea. This is a project we're really excited about, something that is much needed, something we've been thinking about and trying to do for a lot of years. As you can see, we're here in the Apex parking lot. It's pretty expansive. There's no definition. It doesn't really say, hi, welcome to Jefferson County Open Space. So we're going to do a few things. We'll walk you through it. We're going to delineate the boundary here, create some actual real parking. We're actually going to bring in a real flush restroom as well. We're going to get rid of the Santalet. We're going to do some trail work and some grading here. As you'll see, we have some serious erosion issues with a lot of water coming from the upper lot down to the lower lot. So we're going to try to clean it all up and really give a sense of arrival and a sense of, hey, you're here in Jefferson County Open Space.
Great, Scott. We're looking forward to learning more. Scott, what's happening here and how is this going to be fixed?
So these are some of the erosion problems that I was talking about. About half of the upper parking lot actually drains to this corner, and all the water just runs down when we have snow events and melting events like we've had the last few days, or big rain events in the summer. All the water's trying to get over here to the Apex Gulch, but it just doesn't really have a formalized way, so it just kind of comes down and all stockpiles here. No matter what we do, no matter how much we try, we just can't stop this from happening. So what we're going to do is we're going to work up top. We're going to do some re-veg and some grading and some drainage work to actually formalize and give the water a channel and an actual path to the gulch to eliminate this type of stuff from happening, because as you can see, it's a pretty big mess.
And this was an old road that's kind of served as a somewhat trail, right?
Exactly. This is a pseudo trail, if you will. Our actual trail is just a few feet to my left here. And this is part of an old road right-of-way when they were talking about developing this 30, 40 years ago. So we're going to clean this up. We're going to take this out. We're going to vegetate it, revegetate it, and actually have a trail alignment in here that will work, and for erosion as well as for people, for use.
Well, let's go further up the trail and see what the erosion looks like there.
Sounds great.
Scott, we're up here on the upper parking area at Heritage Square and Apex Park. Tell me what's going to happen in this area.
So as you said, we're up here on the upper parking lot, right where the natural surface trail meets the concrete Kinney Run Trail. What we're going to do is we're going to extend the Kinney Run Trail, so it's actually going to come to right about where we are right now, and then it'll swing out into this parking lot over here in the upper parking lot, and we'll actually contour down to the lower parking lot. So it'll really just be an extension of the Kinney Run Trail, so it'll be a concrete trail. This natural surface trail that we're standing on will still be here for use during construction, and then once the concrete trail is finished, we'll actually take this out and re-veg it and finish the project that way.
Will this trail be ADA accessible?
It will. It's going to be at 5%, so it'll be ADA accessible up to here, so you can cross the bridge and go over to the Magic Mountain interpretive media sign and come up from the upper parking lot. The lower parking lot will all be ADA accessible now.
So what happens with this broken up asphalt here in the parking lot?
We're going to come in and mill it. We're going to rip it up, and then we're actually going to re-veg it. So that's kind of part of our grading and drainage plan. Instead of having the concrete, we're going to re-veg it with grasses, native grasses. So that's going to slow down some water. It's going to have some percolation. The water's actually going to be able to get back into the ground, and really is a big piece of what we're doing with the drainage and grading work.
Well, Scott, if you're a regular user of Apex Park, you're probably familiar with the temporary toilet that's been here for several years. What's going to happen?
So we're going to get rid of the temporary Santalet, and we're actually going to put in a flush restroom, a permanent flush restroom. It's going to be very similar to our North Table restroom, if anyone's been there. Pretty similar to Deer Creek as well. But they all have a men's and a women's side. And yeah, it should be really nice to actually have a permanent flush restroom with water.
Wonderful. And the kiosk that's currently here, will that be replaced?
The kiosk will. This is part of our older design. We've been working to create some new kiosk designs and layouts that are more informational, kind of a sense of place. This is going to be one of the first parks for us to actually get one. It's really exciting, actually.
Will the restroom be exactly here where the Santalet is located?
The restroom's actually going to be a little bit further away. It's going to be right where the current picnic table is. We'll have the concrete trail coming down from Kinney Run, just like we said, come across right pretty much where we're standing and run right to the restroom where the current picnic table is for those that visit here often.
Great. And the rest of the trailhead, what's going to happen to help with the drainage is also well defined the open space area?
Yeah, so we're going to continue the drainage and grading work that we talked about up ahead, and we're going to create a little curb and gutter here. We're actually going to create 3 handicap parking spaces, so we'll have accessible parking right in front of the restroom. We're also going to work to define the property boundary, what we actually own and what the City of Golden owns and what Martin Marietta owns, who owns the majority of the space here. Because when you come, you just see this really large, expansive parking lot, and there's no real sense of place. No one really knows who owns what, so we're going to create some vegetative boundary delineations to kind of show where our park boundary is and really give you a sense of place here at Apex Park.
With the boundary delineation that you're doing of the parking area, is there anything else that's going to allow people to know they've arrived at Apex Park?
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Thea. Yeah, we're going to have right where you enter coming off of County Road 40, we'll have a kind of ranch-style gate cap, kind of similar to a lot of our other parks, Elk Meadow, the Elk Dola, Pine Valley Ranch, where you drive under a big sign, big entry cap that says Apex Park and really welcome you and give you that sense of arrival. Here you are at Jefferson County Open Space Park, Apex Park.
Great. Thanks so much for your time today, Scott.
Awesome. Thank you, Thea.
If you'd like to learn more and give your input on the Apex Park Trailhead project, check our website or send us an email by April 17th at apexpark@jeffco.us.